please welcome to your host this evening with the magnificent jumper, Mr. Michael Dodds. Hello, 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 hello. Oh dear, taking the beer on stage was a bad move, in more ways than one. Hi, how are we doing? Welcome to the CCC, the last one of the term on the year, or should I say CCCC, Christmas County Comedy Club, am I right? I'll always start on a good joke. How are we all doing tonight? Are we well? Good, good. Well, term's nearly over. Sort of, Are they after me again? Oh no, it's the surfers are after me again. Surfing their way down the spine. Sort of just kicking their surfboards along, standing on them every so often and going, right. I think the joke's gone on long enough, you can kill it now. Oh, is it? Can someone just...
Somebody's got that.
That's good, that's good. Very diligent, thank you, sound team. So yeah, essays are... It's really hard to concentrate. But it's this cool surfer dude music going on in the background. I'll tell you what, we'll just fucking hell.
Yes, that's...
There's another gun. I'm not gonna dance. Oh no, it's quite alright. Right, so I think it actually sort of suits it. I think comedy to this sort of music works in a way. Oh, just when I was starting to get it to work. Jesus. Anyway, so term's nearly over. Give us a cheer if you submitted an essay this week. You sounded very enthusiastic there. I've submitted an essay. I've submitted 4 this week actually, and I sort of left them to the last minute. They're just bad, like insultingly bad. Like the tutors will read them and think, "Fuck this guy. This is my free time, and I'm reading about Pokemon or some shit." You know. I think next term I might just submit Mein Kampf and get better marks. Anyway, who said they submitted an essay? Hands up. Oh, you sir, you sir. Hi. You submitted an essay. You happy enough with it, yeah? No. No, me neither. What was your essay called?
Glucose essay.
Glucose?
Glucose.
Glucose? Oh, brilliant. An essay on, a whole essay on glucose.
Yeah, like
What exactly was the question?
Several
questions on glucose. Oh Jesus, the education, it just pays for itself really. That's fantastic. What kind of questions did you get asked on glucose? Glucose.
Explain the interference level.
Explain the interference level. Right. You happy enough with your answer? I think you've understood the interference level of glucose. Interference upon what? Just like...
Other sugars.
Other sugars. Okay, what other sugars are there? Let's list all the sugars. Galactose. Galactose is the most sort of celestial. It's what's in Han Solo's Kit Kats. Manos. No jokes there.
Fructose.
Fructose. That sounds quite sexy, sort of as sexy as a sugar can be. Anyone else has submitted an essay this term? Or this week, rather? You, miss, you have. Hiya, what did you submit an essay on?
2 essays.
2 essays? Oh, what was your favourite one?
Oh god, it's a stupid question.
It is a stupid question, it's kind of why I'm here. Which one wanted to make you die least?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. Oh, brilliant. You know a lot about Shakespeare then. What was the question?
It was, in terms of acting in theory, like how does Shakespeare mutilate the female body for the body politic? Politics and mutilation, basically.
Okay. Welcome to County Comedy. Where our spirits are light. See, I was going to do a bit about essays. What was the worst one? Do I want to know? Because that already sounds like kind of depressing, and I don't really want to make jokes about that.
The loss of God and suicide.
The loss of God and suicide. Woo! Merry Christmas! That's brilliant. Anyone else? Oh, you miss at the back. Hiya.
Hi.
What did you do an essay on? The lack of female judges. Jesus, it's just a smorgasbord of fun times here. Right. Well, yeah, what else is in the news? What's coming up? Christmas is coming up. Anyone looking forward to Christmas?
Yeah.
That was quite a lackluster response considering it's Christmas. Like, everyone makes a big deal out of Christmas. There's no evidence to suggest that, like, Jesus was born this time of year. People are just like, woo! Jesus! Happy birthday! It's like, he probably wasn't born in September. See, that shows me. He probably wasn't born December 25th. And somehow that's just fine. It's just sort of glossed over. Like, that's nuts. Like, you wouldn't say, like, my birthday is October 2nd, right? I wouldn't be like in March, woo! Happy birthday to... Put my presents under that tree there, do it. Why? It's not your birthday. It is if I say. I guess that's comedy. So yeah, good. I'll tell you what, I'll just go through some of the house rules of the evening. Number one, if you could just turn your phones off or on silent. Actually, don't turn them off. If they go off, I will answer them. I will tell your mother that you're not coming home for Christmas. Number two, if you cannot heckle the acts, they're here to, do their bit and make you guys laugh. If you want to heckle someone, heckle me. I'll actually give you a few pointers courtesy of my flatmates earlier. Your beard is shit. You're a patty bastard. You're a wanker. It's the best one they came up with. So yeah, I think we're about good to get going here with our first act. What do you think? Good. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a sort of Santa Claus of applause, as it were. I think we'll go with this guy here, the Glucose Man, which is what you're not called. It sounds like some kind of like shit/sinister like cereal mascot. Oh, it's the Glucose Man. Glucose. It sounds like some like East German fucking cereal. Glucose. just glucose with milk. Brilliant.
Glucose with lactose.
With lactose, yeah. That's a science joke. You get what you pay for, which is nothing. Superb. Right, you're going to be our like Santa Claus of applause, right? So I assume you brought your sack of applause with you. Oh dear. So on the count of three, you're going to start, and then we're sort of going to go through the room with him as the sort of epicenter, and then we're going to go absolutely nuts. If we can practice it on 3, 2, 1. And then everyone else. Yeah, pretty good. So, if you can keep that energy going for our first act of the evening, Mr. Ed Colley. Hello, how are you? We all good? Are you ready for some observational comedy? Good. My name's Ed. I'm the unofficial world's greatest observational comedian. Yes, that's a fact. It's an unofficial fact. I'd like to point out that the stuff I've done today is great. It's about stuff that I've sort of noticed and observed in my kitchen. We've all got kitchens. That's the first one. I'm going to work on this until I can get it to the stage where it's ready to go on Michael McIntyre's Comedy Roadhouse. Spend about 3 hours on it. It's good, right? It's good, right? Yeah? So you ready for some observational comedy about kitchen? Bread bins. What's the deal with bread bins? I'll tell you, is it a bin you put bread in? I just bought the bread. Why would I put it in a bin? I'll tell you as well, sometimes I put pastry in the bread bin. It doesn't go there. At least it's not specified to do so. Nor is Battenberg. I'll tell you. I wonder what they call it in America. Do they call it bread trash cans? That's a translation of sorts. Water bottles, am I right? Am I right? She gets it. Am I right? What are they? Are they bottles made of water? You can't store liquids in liquids. What you need is a water bottle. But that's a vicious cycle. Watergate, am I right? This guy gets it. Soup bowls. Bowls made of soup. Thematically, it's quite similar to water bottles. Except this time, it's a food. Fridges, yeah? We've all seen fridges, haven't we? Have you noticed when you open the door, a light turns on? Is it always on, or only when you open the door? You never know. I'll tell you, it's like a mystery box. It's like Schrodinger's cat. So I'll put a cat in there and we'll see how the two correlate. Another thing about fridges, they hum, but they don't do any tune, do they? Hey fridge, why don't we sing the Cheers theme? That's the spirit. Mouse pads, we've all seen them, haven't we? Mice with their bachelor pads, which they afford. We've all seen it. Remember during the mice recession, they afford these expensive things with the mice bonuses in Mice London. We all remember that. I shouldn't have to pay my taxes for their mice pads. Kitchen counters. 1. Sporks, yeah, we've seen the sporks, haven't we? What are they? Some kind of like forks, spoon mixture? I think they are. That's what it said in the dictionary. I'll tell you though, I wonder how they did like a spoon and a fork have a child and that's how it happened? Because if they did they spoon or did they fork? Or did they fuck? So, a funny thing happened to me today when I was writing some stand-up, yeah? I was in this kitchen, yeah? And when this old lady came in, she said, "What are you doing in my kitchen?" So, I said, "Have you noticed these bread bins they have?" Yeah, they're pretty good. Like, they're all got bins in the name, but you wouldn't want to throw out the bread. I'll work on it. I said, "Can you, please, what are you doing here?" "You've seen the fridges? Have you looked in them? If you looked in them, they've got lights in them now. Isn't that strange?" "What's my cat doing in the fridge?" "I'm phoning the police," and she did. But as she was dialing 999, I'll tell you what I did. I stood upside down. So she was dialing 666, the Satanist. So the police came. So they walked in, and they said, "So, would you like to come with us?" I say, have you seen the fridges as well? It's not a discernible tune, like it's not the Friends theme, but you can clap with it. "Sir, would you please like to come with us?" I said, "Have you seen these sporks? They're pretty good. Like, if you look, there's kind of like a spork and there's food. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good." "Sir, can you put it down? It's technically a weapon. If you don't put it down, we will tase you." See, I imagine that a spoon and a fork had sex at some point. That's my theory. And then I woke up in a police car. Police cars? What's the deal with police cars? Is it like a car that polices the cars that have committed crimes? No. Because they're not sentient. I tell you, that's not the case, is it? Because if that was the case, then would it be policemen, and policewomen? But that's not true. They have authority over people of all genders. And they said, "Pipe that down there." So I ended up in the prison cell. And I was in the prison cell. I thought, I've got to escape. We've all seen the film, haven't we? We've all seen The Shawshank Redemption, yeah? The best way out of prison is through a tunnel of shit.
It's not hygienic, is it? It's not hygienic. You know what I'm talking about. Shit, it's not hygienic. So I went through the tunnel, it wasn't hygienic, but it turned out I just stuck my head in the toilet. Aim for the stars, that's the moral. So a funny thing happened when I was on the way to the gig. I was being bailed out of this prison, yeah? And the guard, he said, sir, is that all you'd like to do today? Yeah, I think that's it. I've already got to get going. I've got a gig tonight. What? What kind of gig? Oh, a comedian. A comedian? Well, I like to consider myself somewhat of a jokester. What do you got? Well, I've got this bit, yeah, about bread bins. Have you noticed? You don't throw bread away. You put bread in them. That's strange, isn't it? Boy, I tell you, I wouldn't open with that. You do that where I'm from, you get an icy reception at best. Because, well, from Brooklyn, we don't call them bins there, we call them trash cans. It's pretty good, I'll make a note of that. Why don't you try and come up with some new stuff? I mean, it's Christmas, why don't you write something about Christmas? No, I can't do stuff about Christmas. Everybody be doing stuff about Christmas. No, it's of the season. It's what people want to see. No, I'm an observational comedian. I can't do Christmas because Christmas is a feeling. Well, I think you're self-indulgent there at best. Look, sir, it's week 10. What do you want from me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Colley, world's greatest observation.
And Colley there, let's give him another round of applause. I mean, the guy's clearly insane, but you can't question that logic. Anyway, so yeah, week 10. I'm tired. I'm really, really tired with essays and stuff. You know the sort of tiredness you see in the eyes of someone who's made a literal foxhole in the library, and you're in there with them, and they keep screaming about the Viet Cong. They keep saying Charlie. They try and they go, here, look at the picture of my young daughter I've got back in county townhouses. You think you're not going to make it. The laws of whatever people study. I forgot there what I study for a second. That's how bad it's gone. I was going to pull an example from my own academic experience, and then I realised, what is your academic experience, Michael? Tiredness. That's what. I'm tired. Anyway, whether that was jokes or a cry for help, I think it's time to welcome on our next act. What do you think? Brilliant. This guy's got a lovely Christmassy set for you, as it is Christmas after all. Can we practice that round of applause again, friend? On 3, 2, 1. Good man, good man. Keep that energy going for our second act of the evening, Mr. Jake Harding.
Two hobnobs, both alike in carbohydrate content, in fair Christmas time, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge, break to new mutiny, one decides to make a break for freedom, but the ravenous Santa Claus makes it in first and consumes one of the hobnobs. The other hobnob, now alone, in an uncaring universe, cries, "Crumbs." Every Christmas, my brother, my mum, and my dad force me to rake the leaves off of their lawn. Ho, ho, ho. And every New Year, they force me to redo it in reverse. Oh, oh, oh. First ever Christmas morning in the Garden of Eden, Adam awakes and goes, "Shh, wake up, it's Christmas Eve." Later that day, he looks out upon the great British winter weather and said, "Looks like rain, dear." One Christmas morning, I ate all of our Christmas decorations upstairs, later came down with tinsellighters and Xmas. Was cutting carrots in the kitchen and accidentally dropped my knife. Luckily for me, missed the toe. I had two baby brothers, providing stocking fillers. Easy, I put a leg in each. This year I decided to do something different and fill them to the brim with better voltaic optoelectric nuclear microbatteries. Toys not included. Oxford English Dictionary, entry 1. Subordinate clause. A clause typically followed by a conjunction that is part of and dependent upon a main clause. OED, entry 2. Subordinate clause. Santa's little helpers. Santa's little sweatshop workers are often overworked and depressed about this time of year. Yeah, chronic case of low self-esteem. But don't worry. They are taken to the elf clinic. Santa's not very hot on health and safety. Neither on education. The alphabet has no L. But at least they don't pay any tuition fees. It's self-taught. I should really stop doing these elf jokes now. It's quite elf-deprecating. So everybody, what's the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman? Snowballs. Top tip, once you finish building your snowman, the males deeply enjoy it if you give them a quick once-over with a snowblower. Father Christmas will never be an actual father at this rate, considering he only comes once a year. And when he does, it's down a chimney. In Egypt, mummies are great rappers. Singing along to Silent Night and Camel Ye Faithful. As an insomniac, I find Silent Night deeply patronising. At 3 AM, all is calm, all is... No, it's fucking not, because I'm still awake! I used to have an insomniac friend. He said he wanted to sleep like a log, so I pushed his bed into the fire. Now he's dead. Dear Santa, I can explain. I don't want coal for Christmas. He's still burning. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, your body rejected the transplant and you died. So this year, to save me from tears, I'm giving everyone my opinion. I saw my girlfriend and ex-girlfriend in the street the other day, started singing, "All I want for Christmas is you." To return those clothes I left at yours, please. My new boyfriend, come to think of it, is a lot like Santa. He gives me presents, and he's completely imaginary. Good King Wenceslas walks into Lancaster Domino's at 5 AM. Of course he orders deep and crisp and even. Santa waddles into accident emergency at 5 AM. With a mince pie lodged up his arse. Luckily for him they have cream for that. I now have an irrational fear of sitting on Santa's lap, claustrophobia. I also have a phobia of bakeries at Christmas time. There are mince pies everywhere. I have a sixth sense. I see Santa Claus all the time. He's everywhere. I sense his presence. I have a confession to make, kids. I stole Santa's sleigh. I didn't think you had to pay for it, it was on the house. I also stole an advent calendar. I've got 25 days. When in Scotland, push Santa into a deep fat fryer. Crisp Kringle. Which is quite an achievement actually, considering he has a black belt. IKEA are now selling new flat pack Eskimo habitations. It glues together. The little drummer boy brought his humble offering to the baby Jesus at Christmas time. Mary proclaimed it to be the best Christmas gift in the entire world. Broken drum, can't beat it. I've been Jake Hardy. Thank you very much for your tolerance. Merry Christmas.
Give it up one more time for Jake Harding. You know what's just occurred to me, right? Santa Claus isn't real. Like, it hasn't just occurred to me, but the implications of that statement have just occurred to me, right? In that, like, most children, say under the age of 10, their sort of main source of happiness around Christmas is all this Santa bullshit, right? And it's just a primary source of parents effectively lying to their children about something quite big. Like, if I was spending like loads of money on my kids every Christmas, I'd want them to know it was fucking me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that, like, the only reason that Santa Claus is still around, like, well, he was never around, but I mean as sort of like a imaginary concept, is because parents are scared to remove this sort of happiness source from Christmas. Right, I reckon whenever, you know, some of you might have kids, I don't know, whenever we have kids, right, don't do the Santa Claus thing, because all it's going to take is about 5 to 10 years of unhappy children, and then we'll be done with it. No one will know what it is. Alright, so can we make some sort of Christmas contract on that this evening? I'll take your one cheer and general silence as a yes. Superb. Right, are we ready for our third act of the evening? Fantastic. This guy's great. He's a very funny guy. You're going to love him. Please give us a big round of applause on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for Mr. Tom Clements.
Hello, 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 hi, hello. God, it took me a while to write that one. One of the main problems with comedy is that there are too many jokes, right? Far too many. Not enough friendly, free, helpful advice. So I'm going to try and scatter this evening with some friendly pieces of advice, just to get you through the holidays. So, the end of term's coming up. I've already booked my train tickets. That's your first piece of advice. Deal with that what you will. but you know, just student life has been interesting. There have been some bones of contention, namely the kitchen. Now, we've already established that everyone has kitchens. So hands up, who's had some kitchen dramas? Some odd occurrence that has happened around the kitchen. And I'm going to ignore my flatmates who are sitting there because I know that they're going to start talking about me. But anyway, hands up again. Yes, madam. Hello.
Just generally, like, when they have the munchies, they just generally see my foods.
Oh, that's... Do you label it? Do you name it?
No.
Oh, well. I think you missed the trick now, madam. Perhaps, I suppose the more violent you make the notes, then the less inclined they would be to... Oh, okay. I mean, I don't really know how to deal with that. So I'm just gonna let that lie. I think I've solved this problem. Hands up again. Yes, you at the back.
My flatmates thought it'd be funny to have a sauce fight in the kitchen.
I see. Was there a range available? Because, you know, variety is the spice of life. What, was there a range of sauces to have this spice?
It was pretty boring. It was brown and red. It was ketchup and HB sauce.
what's brown sauce made of? Because I don't... This is... Because I know what tomato ketchup's made of. You know, tomatoes and assorted spices, but I can't find any brown of my own volition. I can't find some brown and just make it into sauce. Does anyone have any speculation as to what it's made of? I'm gone off script, right? I'm genuinely concerned.
Vegetables.
Vegetables.
I think there's sugar in it.
Right, well, we are closer to the answer, ladies and gents. I will get back to you on this one. They're hiding it from us, I just know. But my main difficulty with the kitchen has mainly been the procurement of food. My diet has two extremes. One is subsistence. The other is kind of ridiculously extravagant. Like, when I'm just about subsisting, like, if a parent tried to feed their child off what I eat, then they would call social services. Oh, hi Mum, what am I having to eat today? Well, you know, for breakfast, you've got a cup of tea. Yeah, that should do you. And for lunch, you've got a bus journey home. And there might be some toast available in the evening, so, you know, it's going to be a great day. Oh, okay. To be honest, I'd like a bit more. She's not a good mother. But then, when I'm ridiculously extravagant, it's not that I'm particularly wealthy, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just not very good at budgeting. So, over the past 3 weeks, I have eaten some duck breast, a couple of quails, and a poussin. Now, for those of you who don't know what a poussin is, it's a young chicken. Yes, that's right, I'm a monster. I eat the younglings. But shopping around this time of year is weird anyway, because now we can do it late at night. Yay! If I did all of my shopping late at night, then it would just be full of vodka and chips. Yeah, the fridge would just be stuffed with it, yeah. Oh, we've got a bit of space here. We've got vodka in this half and chips in this half, just stuffed in the fridge. Put some more chips in there, go on. And that's not Christmas. That's not Christmas at all. And you don't wake up in the middle of the night with the sudden urge to just buy a gift. You know, oh, yeah, I'm enjoying this thing. Hang on! I need to watch my boss, Andy. We need to go to Argos now. Well, it's 1 AM, but it's open. It's open. We can shop late at night. We might as well. But by far the oddest and most disturbing aspect of Christmas is Christmas adverts, which, as we know, were invented 3 years ago by lobbyists for Christmas-related reasons. And so the advert this year for John Lewis is called The Bear and the Hare, right? Now, the bear isn't really enjoying Christmas. He doesn't really get it. So, his friend, the hare, wraps him a little gift, right? And he thinks, oh, that's nice. And then they do Christmas round the tree. And, you know, it's all lovely. And the tagline for this advert is, for the animal that never knew Christmas. When has any animal ever known Christmas? They're animals! It is a festival completely human in construction. It's not for the animals. It's one of the only things that separates us from them. And the thing is, why would you even want to have a bear for Christmas dinner? As we know, they make very poor dinner guests. They're very... Yeah, all right, bear, you know, we thought you were a bit lonely this year, so we thought we'd invite you around for Christmas dinner. You know, we've got a lovely spread on. Yeah, no, that's great. Have you got any salmon? Well, no, but listen, meet the guys. There's Marjorie here, she's prepared some lovely potatoes, and I've been working on the turkey all day. Oh, and this is Alan, he's my son, who's been doing the veggies. He's quite the little chef. Yeah, that's great and everything, but have you got any salmon? Because I really only eat salmon, to be honest with you. Well, we have got this one salmon here. Cheers. You know, he just devours it and he says, oh, well, that was for everyone. I was going to make some mousse later. Yeah, I don't like mousse. Oh, well, you know, I thought, don't worry, we'll make mistakes. Bears can't enjoy Christmas? Good, I'm glad. They're all a bunch of wankers. But, you know, I think that Christmas, in a way, and these adverts have defined too much about how we think about Christmas. They've affected us in strange ways. And so to carry out this piece of research, I have used one of the most reliable sources known to man. Yes, that's right, ladies and gents, a YouTube comment feed. So these are all taken from the comment feed for the John Lewis Christmas advert. Christmas are coming! Because I don't think he's made a grammatical error there. He's just scared this benevolent presence that is Christmas, or our Christmas, and, you know, news to me, guys, they're coming! I think someone should explain it to him, because he's not having a good time at the moment. Right. What other insanity is here? I've made a Lego version of this on my channel. That's quite nice, to be honest. Children might like that. And then finally, I love John Lewis for making this advert. How far will that love go? Okay? Will you just go into John Lewis and start caressing items and members of staff, or will you die for them? Will you kill for John Lewis? Is that what's going on? And here we have the truth, ladies and gents. That's why I'm here tonight, to warn you about John Lewis. It's not a Christmas ad at all. It's a dangerous recruiting video. Yes, the war's coming. The war between benevolent capitalist institutions at Christmas, and they're recruiting now. Might be quite interesting being a soldier for John Lewis, because as you were kind of doing the whole war thing, there'd always be someone on hand to help. Sorry, sir, can I help you with that blood bath? Oh, yeah, cheers. Yeah. So that's my final piece of advice, ladies and gents. Don't watch the advert. Stay away from John Lewis. It's dangerous. It'll drive you insane. Also, get your train tickets early, because you may get some really good deals. I've been Tom Clements. My views have been questionable. Thank you very much.
Give it up more time for Tom Clements! Good, well, we're sort of halfway through our Christmas thing now, drawing a parallel from real Christmas. It's sort of around the Queen's speech, which is me, apparently. Don't know what that implies. But yeah, have we enjoyed the first act? Fantastic, right, we're going to take a wee break now, 10-15 minute break. We do have a cup here, we have no pens, we will get some pens, or if you have pens, very good. What I'm asking you to do is, draw a Christmas themed drawing. Can be absolutely anything that is on your very imaginative / dark minds. And then we're going to display them here and we're going to have a little slideshow. So I hope that works. Anyway, give up another round of applause for the acts. And for yourselves. And we'll see you back here in 10-15 minutes. Thank you. For spirit, Mr. Michael Dodds. Ooh, you got me there, Tom. Very good. We all get a break, yeah? Fantastic. Right, now we're going to do our CCC Christmas Gallery. If we could get ready with the show and the music, we'll begin with our first drawing. Very quiet music. It's a very relaxed setting. At some point, they'll realise that my microphone's off. So how's everyone? Don't think of me as a comic anymore, I'm just going to be your friend for a while. Just get to know each other. How are you, sir? No, I'm sitting down, we're having this.
Christmas? Good man, when are you going home? Good. What do you want?
We're back online. I don't care. Are we ready with the first drawing? Right, okay, we've got an elf boot and an elf foot. Right, here you can see the elf foot in the boot is actually curly, like sort of Tim Burton-esque. This is just a collection of 5 penises on the end of a weird penis. It looks a bit like mine. On the end of another extended penis on the end of a twig, which is, you know, when you're a kid you chase someone around with dog food. That's a horrible version of that. Next drawing. Angry small cat who is getting into the Christmas spirit with a festive hat. Now, in terms of poetry, not very good. The rhyme scheme is sort of a bit off in terms of rhythm. However, the drawing is good. Yeah, I'd actually get it a 9 out of 10 in terms of accuracy, but then again I have microscopic vision. Next drawing. No, this is an ingredients for HP sauce. So, to answer, who was it who was asking about this? Tom Clements. Tom, we have water, vinegar, dates, we don't get any of them. Hey, topical. Glucose / something. Yes, that. Molasses, tomato paste, cornstarch, onion, spices and mustard flour. Merry Christmas everyone, you can all sleep easy now, Santa is coming. Next drawing. Oh wow, okay. We now return to happy days. Here we have the Fonz. He is saying, let there be no Christmas songs in presents. Is that what he's saying? I think that's what he's saying. In this episode, the Fonz finally ruins Christmas. I think that one sort of speaks for itself. In that Fonz, it was called Happy Days, but he's actually a very angry young man. Very angry. No joke there, just sadness. Next drawing. Okay, this is chaos. Here is a John Lewis tank blowing up the Tesco tank. Here, I don't know if these are letters, it seems to maybe say something. C-I-L, what does that mean? Christmas is lame, perhaps. I'm not going to judge. But here we go. Apparently John Lewis is coming to destroy Tesco, which I think is an alright thing. Next. Here we have the Christmas dildo, drawn by, I don't know, whichever one of you did this, be ashamed of yourself. It's got a bit of holly on the end. It's either holly or like there's a hole in the dildo that fires out lightning. I don't know, I don't have a vagina. If that would feel good, then have at it, I suppose. Next. Oh! Wow, look at this. Me after coursework. I don't know what this says. Box of wings? Box of wine? Box of wine, good. You ran out of space there. That's fine. Festive, happy Christmas, motherfuckers. That's actually a good... I'm actually taking this drawing on its aesthetic merits rather than the contents. I like it quite a lot. Can I keep it after? Yeah, I'm going to take it. You can't stop me. Next drawing. So, here we take a darker turn. We have a setting where Daddy is burning himself with cigarettes. And Jack is saying, stop burning yourself, Daddy, not the cigarette burns again. Because that's how we redeem this and get the energy back up. Next drawing. CCC, not a good sort of setting for handwriting quality, as we have seen. Naughty List, he's saying, ho, 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 he. Santa's famous catchphrase. He is checking his list, so watch out. I will watch out. I will watch out, especially now, not for Santa, but for whoever drew this masterpiece in madness. Next. Oh, this I like. Engineer? Ebenezer Luge and the Ghost of Christmas Past. You know what, anything I can say would make this worse and less funny, so we'll move along. And we're back to Elf Boot. Right, okay, I think either this is my favourite, or the one previous, so we're actually going to have a vote. Anyone who thinks that Elf Boot I'm saying that weird. Food and food. Is the best, then give us a cheer. Way! I suppose I just like a weird twig with penises on it. It might say a lot about me. And, okay, if we can go back to... Okay, there. Anyone who thinks this is the best? Well done. It looks like this is the winner, at least between the two that I chose, and the one that got absolutely no praise whatsoever. Who drew the Christmas book? It was you. I know. Did you draw this one as well?
No, I didn't draw that one.
You drew this one. Did you draw? Who drew the Christmas book?
I did.
Who did? Oh, it was you. I should know. That's fucking disgrace. He's the next act, by the way. Hi, Jack. Comment from the comedians there. Always good. Anyway, I think that's that then. If we just return to whatever fine piece of Microsoft software this is. Brilliant. So now that's over and done, and we can all forget about the horrors. What do we think we introduce the first act of the second half? Good stuff. This next guy on is a very, very funny guy. He's been with us for a term and he's fantastic. Please give it up for the fabulous Jack Nicholls.
Alright, what was wrong with Alpha Boot? What was wrong with Alpha Boot Alpha? Brilliant joke. Executed very well. No, I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna... Oh, I had a load of stuff prepared. I've lost that now. I'm upset with you. I'll stand here until you like Alpha Boot again. Alright, well, I'm gonna talk about something new. I don't know if I'm gonna, maybe blow a few minds. I'm gonna talk about Christmas. Whoa, where does he get his ideas from? Sorry, I can't hear you over all the new ground I'm breaking. But Christmas is sort of everywhere, isn't it? Some outside, you've probably seen it on the way in, maybe trodden in some. Everyone's got a least favourite thing about Christmas. Mine is, it's not sort of, oh, they play the Christmas songs, earlier every year, don't they? Or, oh, people get really competitive with their housing decorations. My least favourite thing about Christmas is the joy it brings to children. I hate that. Fuck those guys, am I right? Children and their joy. I see a little kid, his face bubbling up with joy as he gets his new present, and it just makes my blood boil. Quite frankly, I hate them. And the reason is, right, I do. I'm not off it. I'm going to keep talking about how much I hate children. That's the comedy you deserve. No, but and the reason is, right, is because I'm an adult, right, as we all are. I'm technically meant to be better than a child. I'm meant to have improved, yeah? But when a child gets given a gift, they love it, no matter what it is. As an adult, I'm unhappy because I have an objective sense of what's shit or not. So I'm disappointed. Children aren't disappointed. You can give a child any gift and it will love it. And you'll say, oh, how was your Christmas? Oh, it was fabulous. I got a lot of Transformers merchandise. I've never seen the Transformers, but my God, what a day. Oh. It lights up. It says catchphrases I'm entirely unfamiliar with. Dreadful. I hate them. I hate them. And okay, but the thing is, as an adult, you've got to be very ungrateful. Like people give you these presents. Like I get the strangest gifts. I also get the shittest gifts. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. Who's had a really strange gift or a shit gift? I would like to talk to you. I don't really hate children. Hi. Hello. What strange/shit gift have you received?
A plastic ball. Saying nothing.
A plastic ball with a wrapper that said nothing.
Yeah.
Right, so you had a very existential Christmas that year. Just one commenting on the meaninglessness of like, I feel for you, that's a horrible gift. A child would love that. A child would take its nothing ball and fucking run down the street with it saying, oh brilliant, nothing, thanks again Mum. I hate them, I do, I hate them. I'm still on it, I hate them. Anyone else had a shit/strange gift? Yeah, you madame.
Can of deodorant.
What was that implying? A can of deodorant. Who got this for you? Someone who sits near you? Your grandma got this for you. Oh my God, because traditionally, it's the grandmother that needs the deodorant. She's reversed that on you. You have a very subversive grandmother, and a rude one. Okay, But a child would have enjoyed it, wouldn't they? The child wouldn't have seen the implicit thing that you probably smell, I'm sorry, you probably smell. A child wouldn't have seen that. A child would have run around, spraying it in the air, lighting it, killing ants. I hate them. I know I've said it before. They're fucking dickheads. It's relentless. The worst gift I've ever received was actually, well, okay, so it was my ex-girlfriend. The one year, she got me, like, handcuffs, like, sexy handcuffs, you know, so it was sort of like a, sort of a gift, you know. And then, like, the next year, she got me pyjama bottoms. So, that sort of described the arc of our relationship. So, so the bed used to be a space for sexual exploration, and it became a place where I had to be clothed and unconscious. And the worst part was they actually were very tight, so they cut off blood circulation to my lower torso. So I don't think she meant it on purpose, but subconsciously, I think she tried to murder my penis. Which is like the last thing you want in a relationship. The reason I'm sort of upset with children today, right, is because my son tends to be kind of like miserable, tends to be angry, and that's not Christmassy at all. So I thought what I'd do, I'd steal some jokes for you. So I'd go on Google, have a look at like some Christmassy jokes, Google Christmas jokes, and find some fun Christmas stuff to intersperse the night with, right? I found one source of Christmas material. It's a little boy's website. His name's Clive Pritchett. He's 7 years old, and he's written 50 Christmas jokes, and they're fucking abysmal. I can't use them. They're just like, right, we filmed these, yeah, we filmed these. So this is going to be on YouTube, maybe. And you know, Clive, I hope you find this one day. I'm going to read out some of your jokes, and everyone's going to fucking hate them, so you should stop trying, Clive, alright? Got your jokes here, Clive, yeah? Right, now we're going to give Clive the benefit of the doubt here, right? So, I'm going to read out the joke. We're going to do it properly. We're going to have call and response, yeah? You guys ready? Good one. They're behind you, Clive. They're into it. What do you have in December that you don't have in any other month? The letter D. You're not trying, Clive. They didn't enjoy it very much, did they? You write better fucking jokes as a 7-year-old. I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna make this more festive. It's Christmas, all right? We've got to be jolly. We've got to be happy tonight. It's Christmas time. So I was the victim of violence. Last Christmas, I was walking along, I had my headphones in, and I saw a bloke in a Santa outfit, like, you know, like full sort of hat, beard, all that. And I had my headphones in, he was saying something to me, and I thought like maybe he was asking for donations or something. So I took my earphones out, and he was saying, "Give me your phone," which is like the opposite of what you expect Santa to say. So I was like, you know, like I explained to him my policies on gift giving. Wasn't really having any of it. He was still very much set on the "give me your phone" mentality. So I said to him, "Look, mate, it's Christmas time. I'm out. I'm doing my shopping. I've not got much money. I've got to buy stuff. I can't afford a new phone right now. You know, just you know, just why not?" And he was like, "Yeah, I understand that, but I need to Christmas shop as well. This is my Christmas shopping. Late night, may I add." I was like, "No, please, you know, just let me off. You know, I don't really need to give you my phone. It's Christmas. How about, you know?" We're both clearly very highly strung. It's the festive season. Why not, like, just, you know, you go your way, I go mine. And he's like, "Well, no, I'm having your phone, but, to make it more festive, why don't you sing Jingle Bell Rock while I mug you?" And I was like, "Well, I'm obviously not doing that, you know, that's just taking the piss." And he was like, "No, I hear you, I do hear you, but I do have this knife." Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells swing. Snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle bell hop has begun. How travel to work. By icicle.
Clive, that was fucking abysmal. They don't like it, Clive. They're not enjoying this.
7 years old. I hope you never make 8. So Christmas markets, they're weird, right? Bloody Christmas market. The thing about it is they're sort of taken shopping but replaced it with freezing cold, and instead of buying things, you just sort of haggle for things that you don't really enjoy. And everyone says, oh, haggling's the best part, isn't it? Haggling. Haggling's so great because instead of just paying for materials, you have to have a conversation. No, horrible. So you take a poorly made birdhouse and you're just like, oh, it says £10 on it, so I guess £7? And they go, no, £10. 8? 9? 99? Yes, there you go. You take it, it crumbles in your hand just like all joy. But I don't try and get behind all this, like, Christmas stuff. It's very commercial, and I try to get back to a simpler time. When Christmas wasn't all, electronic goods and putting a tree in your house and watching Tim Allen ever. And I tried to trace back what the original spirit of Christmas was. And actually, the first thing to happen on the 25th of December, a very Christmassy holiday, is the 8th century Anglo-Saxon pagan holiday of Modrenicht. And I'm celebrating Modrenicht this year, guys. It is so simple. It's all you need, instead of like all this tinsel and everything, all you need is just a hooded robe, a stone monolith, and a blood sacrifice. That's all you need. And you can find one anywhere. You really can. And like, it's still very Christmassy. They have like cracker jokes. So do you guys want to hear a Modrenicht cracker joke? Yeah. That's enough for me to tell one. So, knock knock. The elders.
The elders who?
The elders have summoned you for a blood sacrifice. Say goodbye to your family, we will spill your guts, or winter will not end. I mean, it's old, but I think you'll agree it is a classic. No, but I do actually sort of, I am susceptible to the kind of commercial aspect, because I did cry at the John Lewis advert this year. But to be fair, that is because my wife recently left me for a man called John Lewis and took custody of the kids. John and Lewis. Should we end it on a high? That's another, knock knock? Santa. Santa. Santa Claus.
You're not fucking trying at all, are you, Clive? Everything's shit, isn't it, Clive? Everything's absolutely fucked, you fucking idiot! You fucked the gig! Everything's ruined! The only reason that you still have a Christmas, Clive, is because your parents get joy from lying to you. And they wish they never had you. I hope you find this YouTube video, and I hope you fucking hang yourself.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.
Give it up again for Jack. Jack there, of course, setting the Christmas tone that the Comedy Society wishes for you to bring home with you, and insulting Clive, who is my joke writer. Thank you. So, I think the energy in the room is good. I think we'll move straight on to our last act for the evening. What do you think? Now, our final act for the evening, very, very funny guy. And also, just this evening, he's been elected the new host of our flagship radio show, Talk of the Devil, on Sundays at 1 o'clock. So, before he even gets on, so give a massive, massive round of applause for our final act of the evening and of the year, Mr. James Nolan!
Good evening, everybody. We all alright? Yeah. Good. Didn't really know how to start this off. You won't believe the women I've lost with that line. But I thought I'd just start with a standard, really, and just talk about my hometown, which is Chesterfield. Yeah, Yeah, one person. There we go. Anyone else in from Chesterfield? No, you lucky people. It's a weird place, Chesterfield. It sort of borders on a place between Yorkshire and Derbyshire, which is always in a very strange position, because it means no one else in the rest of the country has any idea that we fucking exist. I'm not kidding, it's like the Narnia of the North. You don't get there through a wardrobe, you just get there through every depressing thought you've ever had. The sense of grief when a family pet dies. And then Chesterfield. We're not even famous for anything good. The only thing we've got in Chesterfield, which could be considered a tourist attraction, is the Crooked Spire. Now, many people are probably sat here thinking, a bit obvious what that might be, but I'm going to describe it anyway. What the Crooked Spire is a church with a spire that's broken. So our crowning achievement isn't anything decent, no, it's just shoddy build quality. That's all that is. And there's an old wives' tale as well as to how it became crooked. And the old wives' tale goes that one day the church turned round to watch a virgin being married. Now, two problems with that theory. One is that means for at least 500 years nobody has got married in Chesterfield without first giving themselves to premarital sex. That's a thing. and secondly, the church is alive. Which means one day it was just doing it, just stood there and it went, oh, this is a nice view. Yeah, I wish I could move, but I can't because I'm a church. And someone just came along and went, oh, have you heard, mate? No, what? Oh, there's a wedding going on. Yeah, I'm a church, it happens. I get a lot of funerals and christenings as well. No, mate, it's different, this one. It's a virgin. Oh. Him or her? Her. Oh. Sure, right. Worth a look. If you want it. I'm a church, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but... I'll roll with it. Oh, shit! What am I going to do? I'll never be able to move again. Oh, God. No, don't worry, mate. I think I've become famous for that. It's not famous. It's not famous. The shoddiness in Chesterfield continues into the Christmas spirit, mainly with the turning on of the Christmas lights. Now, I don't know what towns all you people are from, I don't really care to be honest, but I'm sure that if you're from a bigger city, such as Manchester or Sheffield or somewhere, you get a local celebrity or someone off the telly to come and do it. Yeah. Now, Chesterfield's produced quite brilliant talent over the years. Jason Statham's from Chesterfield. John Hurt, Oscar nominee, Chesterfield. Yeah. Some bloke off Emmerdale, Chesterfield. Yeah. But do you want to know who turned on our Christmas lights for the past 3 years? Yeah, I'm glad you do, because I was going to skip that joke, to be honest. It links to the next bit, so I'm hopping right over it. Well, the 3 people who turned on our Christmas lights have been, in ascending order, SpongeBob SquarePants, Peppa Pig, and Scooby-Doo. That's right, 3 completely fictional characters have turned on our Christmas lights. We've had a bloke, the same man for the past 3 years, stood dressed as a giant wedge of cheese, Susan Boyle, and a massive dog, and he's just stood there and gone, and I'll declare the lights on. He didn't even do the voice! He didn't even stand there and go, I won't be round, not there! No! What are we going to get in 10 years' time? We're just going to have Rita from the Women's Institute stood there because she baked a lovely lemon drizzle that week. And she's going to turn on one switch and one light bulb comes on over a sea of despairing faces. Merry Christmas, Chesterfield. I hope it doesn't last. Everything's improved by having a celebrity in it, I think. So like sat-navs, they've got a celebrity's voice on more. Game shows like Tipping Point, it's always better when it's got a celebrity special out. You're just watching a seaside 1p machine and that's shit. But I think the one thing that could be improved by the celebrities on it is the self-service checkouts at supermarkets. And I think they should do it by area as well. So if you're buying something up in Scotland, you could have Billy Connolly come on and go, "Eh! What are you going to do with that bottle of whiskey you bought there and the other 4 fuckers you bought last week? You're going to get so drunk you can't remember your name and now dangle yourself naked from the fucking 4th bridge." Then in Northumberland, you can have Sarah Millican come on. "No! I know you meant to do it yourself. But I really do believe in cooperation, you know. It's like I used to say to my husband, the bastard. Like she used to say to my husband, I'll let you put it in if you bring me cake. No, seriously, bring me cake." There's one person you really don't want on it though. Oh, you'd never get out of the shop. Imagine being stood in Salford and Brian Cox comes up. Oh. It's all your worst nightmares in one go, really. Just stood there trying to scan a sandwich because you're late for a meeting. And all of a sudden you just hear, "Why are you rushing?" I mean, there's really no need. If you keep trying to scan that sandwich, yeah, Brian, I really haven't got time for this. No, but if you keep scanning that sandwich, then you create billions and billions of parallel universes where you achieve your goal. And if you keep on with that, no, Brian, seriously, I've got a meeting, mate. I can't be stood. I'm talking to a machine. I mean, this has gone surreal. No, but I mean, the theory of the multiverse suggests that there's billions and billions and billions and billions and billions. For fuck's sake, billions and billions and billions. Fuck it! I'll go to Sainsbury's. Brian Cox intrigues me, not as a person, or as a concept. Because what he does is, he gets paid loads of money by the BBC, like the entire budget for a series of bargain hunt. And he gets sent off to Antarctica for a metaphor. And he'll stand and he'll stare at a glacier and he'll watch it melt. Because the ice caps are dying. And he'll watch it melt. And he'll turn to the camera and he'll go, "You can't reconstruct the ice once it's melted." Now you see, Brian, if you'd have just filmed that in your kitchen, defrosting your freezer, could have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. You could have reduced the licence fee and, you know, defrosted your freezer. Yeah, that freezer that your wife has been waiting 2 years for you to defrost, Brian. Your poor, long-suffering wife, who not only has to put up with you buying her your own books and DVDs every Christmas, and can't get round the house for idly placed telescopes and chemistry sets. Why do you need so many telescopes? Well, I like to just point them at the window some days and just look up into the sky and pretend there's another Brian staring back at me. And he'll stare at me, and I'll stare at him. What a majestic sight. You see, Brian, that's all you do, isn't it? You just go off and you do your sciencey thing and you leave your wife at home. She can't put up with that anymore, Brian. She's at her wit's end. All she does every day now is she sits at home and she listens to that D-Ream song that you were on. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Aha. And she believes that things can get better, Brian. She believes that there will be a day when you can have a trip out to London and you don't end up straddling the Greenwich Meridian. She believes there will come a day when you don't constantly take your kid to the Royal Society when he wants to go and see Despicable Me 2. She believes it can get better, Brian. No, but you see, things can't get better because the universe is in the constant state of decay. So now you're contradicting your own song, Brian. I mean, what else are you going to do? You're running out of wonders as well. We've already been round the universe, the solar system and life. What have you got left? There's nothing left down there except sex. Is that what we're going to have, Brian? Brian Cox's Wonders of Sex? Just you shagging your wife for a whole hour, constantly shouting out the names of your favourite scientists and your favourite Einstein theorems. Ooh, Faraday. Who's your Higgs boson? Who's your Higgs boson? Oh, Professor Brian Cox. Sorry, I got a bit carried away. But I'm going to share something with you now, ladies and gentlemen, which is, if I can get the microphone in, just a little bit of a theory I have, because I'm allowed to say these things about Brian Cox, because I've got a conspiracy theory, and that conspiracy theory is that Brian Cox doesn't exist. Ooh, this lady here knows it. Ooh. I'm not saying it's some way like he's like been killed in an accident or something. It is he's like Paul McCartney in the Beatles. I'm not saying if you play some of the D-Ream songs backwards you're going to hear Brian's dead, miss him. I'm not saying what I'm saying is that Brian Cox is a character that's been made up by somebody. A bit like Keith Lemon. You know, although they're not going to have Keith Lemon's Wonders in the Universe, are you? It's like, don't see if you're weak, I'll see if you're Adjunct Collider. And the reason I know that this is true is one simple reason, which you're probably clocking on to. But the reason is, Brian Cox has been booked to do something really important. Yeah, he's been booked to save a town. He's been booked to drag a town out of the depths of its depression, to do something that will save it from its darkest hour. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn on Chesterfield's Christmas Time. Keep watching the stars. Thank you.
Give it one more time for Professor Brian Cox. Believe. Anyway, that just about does it for County Comedy Club for this week and for the year. I was actually going for more of an awe, but that's alright. Don't worry about it. So yeah, let's have another massive round of applause for all the acts we've had this evening. First of all, we had Mr. Ed Colley. Where is he? He's over there. Then we had Mr. Who did we have after Ed Colley? We had Jake Harding after Ed. There he is then. Then we had Mr. Tom Clements. And up to the bridge we had Jack Nicholls. And finally, give a massive round of applause for Mr. James Nolan. Well, on behalf of the Lancaster University Comedy Institute, ladies and gentlemen, let me wish you a very, very happy Christmas or whatever holiday you're celebrating this year, just to be complete. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, a happy New Year, and we'll see you here next year. Thank you very much.